2 more head businesses are destroyed and a third is damaged after a large fire. Coming up, we're speaking with devastated employees.
A woman who admitted to her role in a violent pizza store robbery will learn her punishment this afternoon.
I'm Michelle Chamberlain in the Capitol, where a bill was filed to protect firefighters' families across the Commonwealth.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon. A busy day here at WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. We start with breaking news here in Lexington. Crews are battling a house fire on Deer Crossing Way off Todd's Road. It broke out around 11 o'clock this morning. Smoke and flames could be seen coming from the home. Neighbors tell us it started in the garage and is contained to just one house. We're continuing to follow this story and we'll bring you more information as it becomes available on WKYT News at noon and WKYT.com.
Investigators are trying to figure out what started a large fire in eastern Kentucky overnight. The fire broke out just before 2 o'clock this morning right on Main Street in downtown Moorhead. One business was destroyed and 2 others are damaged. And WKYT's Mark Barber is in Rowan County with some reaction from some emotional employees there. That's our other top story here at noon.
The owner of the smoke shop and the tanning salon says while the fire damage to the 2 businesses may be as high as $1 million, he is most upset for his 10 employees who lost their jobs in the fire this morning. The large fire that could be seen a mile away started just before 2 this morning inside the H2O Wireless and Tobacco store at the corner of West Main and Fleming Avenue. This is all that's left of Electric City Tanning, the store next door. After the flames spread to that tanning salon, firefighters were able to keep the fire from reaching a 3rd business. While that store did not catch fire, it does have water damage. An employee at the tanning salon says the community is now at a loss because they had thousands of clients and this was the only tanning salon in the city. The 10 employees who worked here are now trying to figure out what they will do now.
Knowing next week I don't have a paycheck coming is kind of scary, honestly. There's rent and then car payment, insurance, phone bill, just the works, and we're gonna find something and we'll all be fine, I'm sure, but it's just a matter of time, I guess.
The fire chief says it is still too soon to know what sparked the flames. He says it could take days or even weeks to determine how the fire started. In Moorhead, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. The owner of the tanning salon is hoping to rebuild the business within 6 months to a year. A man was killed in an overnight crash in central Kentucky. It happened around 2 o'clock this morning on the Battlefield Memorial Highway near Kingston Elementary School in Madison County. The coroner says 33-year-old Stephen Cheney lost control of his car and slammed into a tree. Speed and wet roads are thought to have been factors in the crash.
A woman who admitted her role in a violent Central Kentucky robbery will learn her fate this afternoon. Robin Adams was one of 4 suspects in a robbery and shooting at the Danville Domino's in September of 2014. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is in Boyle County now with a preview of today's sentencing hearing.
The prosecutor says Robin Adams, who was 26 when the pizza store clerk was shot in the violent robbery, was the driver who took the other suspects to the 4th Street business. Adams appeared in court in street clothes. She waited in the front row for her sentencing after apparently making bond following her guilty plea. Police said she was the person who drove Rico Penix, Patrick Brand, and a 16-year-old to the pizza store after Brand allegedly called in a fake order. She admitted to an amended charge of facilitation to commit robbery and assault, and in exchange will be sentenced this afternoon. Her sentencing was scheduled for this morning, but it was delayed because her attorney was in another county. Now, she could receive 5 years on each charge. And as part of her guilty plea, Adams has also agreed to testify against the others charged in this crime. In Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Now, the victim in the case, Zoe Reed, suffered serious abdominal injuries after being shot in the stomach, but she survived. He's accused of conspiring to defraud the government of $600 million in questionable federal disability payments. This afternoon, Eastern Kentucky lawyer Eric Kahn is expected to be released from prison before his trial with some conditions. According to court documents, Kahn would have to use his $1.5 million home in Pikeville to secure bond. Prosecutors have argued they believe Kahn is a flight risk.
2 more suspects have been charged in connection with last month's terrorist bombings in Belgium. Authorities say the 2 men allegedly were involved in renting a Brussels apartment that served as a hideout for the bomber who attacked the Brussels subway and a suspected accomplice. 16 people died in that subway attack on March 22nd. And another 16, including Lexington native Stephanie Schultz and her husband Justin, were killed when 2 bombs went off at the Brussels airport. Tonight, Kentucky Congressman Andy Barr will be leading a moment of silence on the House floor in Washington in honor of Schultz. Well, the rain has moved out of the bluegrass. In fact, it's a beautiful day. We're left with a nice spring sunshine out there. Temperatures climbing into the 50s, and it only gets better as we head through the work week. Here's WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, it is. This is the cool day in the forecast. This is the cool one. It actually doesn't feel all that bad outside under those sunny skies. Get into the rest of the afternoon. We'll be in the mid-50s. Actually, pretty decent feel. It's not great, but it does get great as we go throughout the days. So a lot of sunshine the rest of the day. Temperatures in the mid-50s down south already, and some locations, Jackson, Prestonsburg, and also Monticello. Around the locations here in the bluegrass northbound, you're talking upper 40s, lower 50s at this moment. So we'll finish off right around 54 to about 58, 59 degrees for the most part. And it's, like I said, it's pretty decent. I don't want to call it a great day. It's beautiful outside, don't get me wrong, but off toward the evening, if you're heading out to eat, it's pretty good weather. It's going to be a cool evening. Not patio weather, not today, but that will come into play later on in the work week. We're going to talk Keeneland forecast and also many big events this weekend. I'm going to show you an awesome forecast for those coming up.
And we look forward to that, and we'll see you in just a bit, Micah. A bill that would make cancer a line of duty death for Kentucky firefighters has been formally filed in Frankfort. Senate Bill 198 unanimously passed both chambers, and it became law last week. It calls for the state to give $80,000 to families of firefighters who die of cancer. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain has a report now on a ceremony held today.
Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes was joined by firefighters today in the filing of a bill that would help to protect firefighters' families.
Today is a very somber day.
Somber because the #1 line of duty death to firefighters is cancer. The signing of Senate Bill 195 will provide death benefits for firefighters who are diagnosed with certain types of cancers that are considered a line of duty death. The bill covers 12 types of cancers, some rare, that can be found in various parts of the body. Lexington firefighter Matt Logston was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year and is glad to see the bill signed into law.
I'm glad that we're looking to this direction. It's just something that helps protect the guys that are protecting you.
Logston is also looking forward to tomorrow. A second vote will take place to approve his retirement. If it passes, he will officially be retired. In the Capitol, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
And by the way, Logston is going to be heading to Chicago next week for continuing radiation, and we'll see what type of progress he's been making. He tells us that he feels optimistic. Well, gasoline stations everywhere these days, you know, if you go out there, the prices are up on those, by the way, if you've been out today.
You noticed that.
But if you drive an electric car, it's not so easy to find a place to fill up or charge up.
But that's expected to change now that the Kentucky Public Service Commission has given the green light for Kentucky Utilities and Louisville Gas and Electric to install up to 20 electric vehicle charging stations around the state. KU says the stations will use digital display screens and quick pay options. Right now, they're exploring locations to host the 20 new stations.
All right, the future is now. Well, the presidential candidates are stumping for votes in New York this week ahead of next week's critical primary there in the Empire State. We'll have the latest from the campaign trail coming up on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
Also ahead, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge helped the Queen celebrate her 90th birthday early with a party in India. We'll take you to those festivities next on WKYT.
It's time to wake up. You've got things to do, mouths to feed, work to get done. It's another Kentucky morning. And Kentucky mornings start here.
Good morning, I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith.
You don't have time to waste, so we don't waste your time. Simple as that. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
Hey, now would be a great time to give us a call here at America's Window about new windows for your home. You know, our windows are created from the finest quality of materials on the market, bar none. We're talking about additional coatings of low E to help keep your home warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. We're going to give your home an energy upgrade. Why don't you pick up the phone and call us here in Lexington right now, anywhere in the sound of my voice, at 1-800-861-4153. And now, during our Off to the Races sale, save up to 20% on new windows. Ask about zero down, zero interest options for 12 months. Act now and receive a $500 discount certificate good towards your next purchase, just like cash. Savings on new siding, a bath system, e-shield, or gutters. Call now at 1-800-861-4153 or come by and see us at 1190 East New Circle Road right here in town during our Off to the Races sale.
If you have arthritic knee pain that's stopping you from enjoying life, this new information about osteo relief could be for you. Specially trained local doctors are now using advanced medical science to finally make headway for people suffering from knee arthritis pain. It may even be for those who suffer from bone on bone and are considering knee replacement surgery. Are you one of the millions of Americans who have difficulty with simple everyday tasks, rising from a chair, walking, climbing stairs without using the handrail? If so, the Osteo Relief method utilizes cutting-edge video motion imaging. With this imaging, these doctors can precisely guide an FDA-approved cushioning gel to relieve pain and help heal your knees. This innovative procedure is covered by Medicare and most major insurance if you qualify. And you'll be walking out in as little as 15 minutes. For a limited time, these specially trained doctors are offering a risk-free screening. Call to schedule your knee relief screening today.
Welcome back to WKYT News at Noon. The candidates for president are stumping for votes in New York today ahead of next week's primary.
A week from today, polls show Democrat Hillary Clinton and Republican Donald Trump with big leads in the Empire State. Hannah Daniels has this report from the campaign trail.
TV rights and do it.
Hillary Clinton argued for pay equality at an event in Manhattan Tuesday morning.
This pay gap that costs women and their families and our economy so much money every single year. Fine.
Polls show her with a double-digit lead in her adopted home state over New York native Bernie Sanders.
If there is a large voter turnout a week from today here in New York State, we're going to win here as well.
A new poll shows most Americans aren't excited about any of the candidates in either party. The AP poll shows the majority of Americans believe none of the candidates represent their opinions. But in New York, Donald Trump is still way ahead among Republican voters. He continues to blast the GOP nomination process.
It's a rigged, disgusting, dirty system.
Ted Cruz captured all 34 delegates in Colorado over the weekend.
Donald, 65,000 people voted in the state of Colorado. They just didn't vote for you.
Cruz is campaigning in California, hoping to win there in June and keep Trump from sewing up the nomination before the convention. Ohio Governor John Kasich told CBS this morning a contested convention is good for the party.
It allows people to determine who it is that can unite the country.
Kasich has only won one primary, his home state of Ohio. Hannah Daniels for CBS News, New York.
Now, meanwhile, Hillary Clinton has jumped into the feud between Kentucky's Republican Governor Matt Bevin and Democratic Attorney General Andy Beshear over funding cuts to higher education. The Clinton campaign released a statement today saying that Governor Bevin's cuts to colleges and universities are, quote, short-sighted, wrong, and may in fact be illegal. Kentucky's Democratic presidential primary is May 17th. Well, there is a stark new warning out from the White House on the Zika virus. U.S. Public public health officials now say much more of the country is at risk than first thought. The Centers for Disease Control and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases believes the Zika virus sweeping through Latin America and the Caribbean will move north this summer. The virus causes birth defects, notably babies born with abnormally small heads. It may also be linked to a nervous system condition. The administration says they are already tapping into some leftover funds that had been targeted at the Ebola virus. Well, the royal couple is continuing its royal tour of India today.
Prince William and Kate had lunch with the Indian Prime Minister before traveling to a wildlife park that is home to rare one-horned rhinos, tigers, and other endangered animals. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge paid tribute to Queen Elizabeth at an early birthday party in New Delhi. William described his grandmother as, quote, remarkably energetic, and referred to her as the boss. The royals then cut the cake with a sword to mark the celebration. The Queen is set to turn 90 next week.
I'm Victor Puente in Frankfurt, where the fight over the budget continues. Now lawmakers have pushed back the last day of the session to give themselves more time. Coming up at 12:30, we'll tell you what they're still fighting over.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. WKYT.
Dad, it's your COPD, isn't it?
Yeah. I really need to focus on it more.
If you're a current or former smoker living with COPD and have a history of heart disease, stroke, or other cardiovascular risk factors, you might qualify for the ASCENT study. For more information and to see if you may qualify, call 844-880-COPD or visit ascentcopdstudy.com.
Kentucky Lottery's Keno, the exciting way to have fun with your friends every 5 minutes.
Fueling imagination.
Funding education.
Clients come into the office. The government has said, no, I don't believe you. You're not disabled.
The major problem with Social Security disability is that most people who sign up are denied at the initial level. If your claim's denied, don't give up. Call us immediately. We'll appeal your case.
We can do an effective job of representing you that will get you the benefits that you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast, 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Now, during our Off to the Races sale, call us here at America's Window for high-performance Energy Star approved windows that will give your home an energy upgrade. And take advantage of our Off to the Races sale. Save up to 20% on new windows. Ask about zero down and zero interest options for 12 months. Act now and receive a $500 discount certificate good towards your next purchase. Pick up the phone and call during our Off to the Races sale.
Do you want to lose weight quickly and safely? Do you want to be healthy for a lifetime? Kim did and lost 238 pounds at Ageless Medical Weight Loss. Betty did and lost 135 pounds. The Ageless program is a medically supervised, affordable weight loss solution. Call today for a free consultation.
What's behind your Murphy door? A game room, office, playroom, or valuables. The Murphy door holds up to 300 pounds and is completely functional even when the shelves are full. All Murphy doors feature a patented hinge or roller system that's backed by a lifetime warranty, providing you functional space and peace of mind for years to come. Build your Murphy door online today or visit our new showroom in Lexington, now located on Fortune Drive. Visit themurphydoor.com. Use promo code LEX5 to receive 5% off.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on News Radio 630 WLAP. Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Even when you're in the 40s outside and you have that sunshine above, it really doesn't feel that bad. It's still on the cool side, don't get me wrong, but this is your coolest day in the forecast. I promise you this, it gets better from here on out. We're now in the upper 40s, right there in Lexington and northbound. You go southern half, we're actually in the low to mid 50s. All locations have one common denominator. That's the sunshine. A lot of sunshine across the region. A beautiful day. It really is. And you know what? We're going to have that the next several days, too. Sunny skies the rest of the day. 56. You got to love that. Some upper 50s, lower 60s down south. Nonetheless, we stay dry and a very cool evening walking around those neighborhoods later on this evening. Around 50 degrees. Then we head off toward tomorrow. Remember, Keeneland kicks right back off tomorrow. We're at 61 degrees there for a high tomorrow, then roughly 70 the following day, and then in the lower to mid 70s on Friday. All of those days look pretty dry. I will say on Thursday we can't rule out a sprinkle or so, especially southbound in the southern half. But that's your best bet. I mean, you're talking about a slight chance of rain for southern half there on Thursday. Other than that, everybody looks good heading out to Keeneland. Friday, Saturday, Sunday will absolutely be slam-packed because weather will be phenomenal. That goes off for the weekend. That's not just for Keeneland. It's any event. You got Kite Fest going on, Jacobson Park there here in Lexington. Not only that, but the marina opens there too, so paddle boats will be going. It'll be fun there for the kids and hundreds of kites out there at Jacobson Park. That'll be pretty fun Saturday noon to 4 p.m. That warm air rushing on in. Perfect for any events, it really is. Plenty of sunshine, 70s. You gotta love it. I mean, it's perfect there. Anything going on that you have plans, stick to them outside because look at these numbers showing up. After the day of the mid-50s today, low 60s tomorrow, and don't forget we have a frost advisory overnight and into tomorrow morning, but that is the last one I see for quite some time, guys. Definitely not in the next 7 days. But even toward next week, I really don't see a chance of that heading in toward next week. So all in all, this is after tomorrow morning, it actually looks pretty good. Thursday is that slight chance of rain we can't rule out for the southern half. But there's no good chance of rain in the forecast anytime soon. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, those are amazing feeling days, especially the fact that only 2 days this month. I don't know, we're not deep into the month. We're only 11, 12 days into the month. But only 2 days have been over 65 degrees. When last month, 65 degrees was kind of the norm.
That's right,
65 plus. So, yeah, we're hoping to get in the swing of things.
Yeah. We've really been in a cold snap here the last little bit. So
yeah, hopefully we're getting it.
Yeah, here we go. Looks good.
Nice.
Coming back in just a moment on WKYT, the Wildcat defense searching for playmakers and energy creators.
Well, the UK women look like they could compete for a title. Dave Baker's next with sports.
And checking stocks as we head to break this afternoon. The major market indicators way up at midday.
CBS Wednesday, a brutal blindside, brings bad blood.
We're going to take the machete and axe.
And bad behavior.
Julia swoops over there with the guys pretty quickly. She's playing both sides. Sometimes the guy in the middle of the road gets run over.
New Survivor, CBS Wednesday, or stream it live or on demand.
If anyone can clean up Oscar Madison, it's Felix Unger.
Take your feet off of the coffee table and for God's sake, use coasters.
A new Odd Couple, CBS Thursday after Big Bang.
Now, during our Off to the Races sale, call us here at America's Window for high-performance Energy Star approved windows that will give your home an energy upgrade. And take advantage of our Off to the Races sale. Save up to 20% on new windows. Ask about zero down and zero interest options for 12 months. Act now and receive a $500 discount certificate good towards your next purchase. Pick up the phone and call during our Off to the Races sale.
It was a routine call, a code 7 at a local laundromat. What we saw, well, nothing can prepare you for it. We went in, we approached the victim. He was dying of boredom. Agents of play, sir. We got there just in time. We handed him a scratch-off ticket and watched him play. Thank you. Have fun. I'm serious. His smile, well, that's the only thanks we needed. It's what being an agent of play is all about.
Put a little play in your day, week, month, or year with these exciting new scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery. Fueling imagination, funding education.
My belly pain and constipation, I've heard it all. Eat more fiber, flax seeds, yogurt.
Get moving, keep moving. I know.
Try laxatives. Been there, done that.
My chronic constipation keeps coming back. I know. Tell me something I don't know.
Linzess works differently from laxatives. Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation or chronic constipation. It can help relieve your belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements that are easier to pass. Do not give Linzess to children under 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to 17. It may harm them. Don't take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor about managing your symptoms proactively with Linzess.
All across America, families are coming back to Time Warner Cable for a whole new experience.
We came back for internet speeds so fast, even the kids are impressed. Oh, she's impressed.
We're catching up on movies and shows on demand just as fast as we can watch them.
TWC's home Wi-Fi is so strong, we can use all our devices at the same time.
Come back today. You'll get 30 meg internet, TV, phone, and more for $89.99 a month. And ask how you could get a $300 reward card. Call now.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Rewind 105.5.
As we talked about yesterday, Kentucky's offense isn't anywhere near where its co-coordinators want it to be. But this is the Cats' fourth year defensively under Coach Mark Stoops and defensive coordinator DJ Elliott. And after their final scrimmage before the blue-white game, guess what? They're still preaching to their guys urgency and intensity.
Have to be able to handle tempo offenses. Did not play very good in 2 minutes. The offense won both 2-minute situations, and a part of that is because that's a high tempo situation, and our players weren't urgent enough and ready to play that situation. So that's critical. You know, there's a lot of high tempo offenses out there, and we better be ready for them. And so today, hopefully, was a good learning experience for them.
From the Thank Goodness Department, the NCAA has approved a 3-year ban on new bowl games. This comes after there weren't enough teams to fill the record 41 postseason games in 2015. Austin, Texas, Charleston, South Carolina, and Myrtle Beach were all in the process of seeking bowl certification. 63% of the 128 FBS teams earned bowl berths last season. Yesterday, Kelsey Nunley named SEC Softball Pitcher of the Week. Last night, she was hoping to pitch the Wildcats to a sweep of number 9 LSU in Baton Rouge. Third inning, runners on the corner. Check this out. Abby Cheek at the plate. She walks. Now, LSU pitcher Carly Hoover appears to call time, but the umpire has got to grant it. So guess what? Nikki Sagerman sees what's going on, and she runs home, giving Kentucky a 1-0 lead. That is immediately followed by an RBI base hit to right by Breanne Ray. Christian Stokes scores, and it's 2-0. And that was plenty for the senior out of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Sounds like a Bill Bryant vacation destination, doesn't it? Bases loaded in the 6th. She gets the strikeout to end the inning. UK completes the sweep, not giving up a run in the entire series. That's never happened in the history of Wildcat softball. And Southwestern coach Steve Wright resigned Monday as the coach of the boys squad, just 3 wins shy of his 700th career victory. Wright was at Southwestern the last 5 seasons, compiling a 121-41 mark with a Sweet 16 Final Four appearance in 2012. Wright coached at Laurel County and at South Laurel for 21 years, winning 7 region titles and the 2005 state championship. Tonight on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Gabriel, the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach, and Thomas Beisner of CN2, plus the latest from Mark Stoops and the football Wildcats. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. Guys, that's a look at sports on your Tuesday.
All right, thank you, and best of luck, of course, to Coach Wright. We appreciate it. And keep it here. There is more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon. New crash test ratings are raising some troubling questions about the safety of some popular pickup trucks.
And crews are still battling a house fire in Lexington. We'll have the latest breaking details from the scene coming up on WKYT News at 12:30.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $72 million, and tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot is $184 million.